Understanding human behavior, particularly in relationships, can be complex. In a world filled with signals, it's essential to navigate these interactions with insight and awareness. Stoicism teaches us to observe without judgment, to remain calm in the face of uncertainty, and to seek knowledge that empowers us. This video will delve into the subtle signs that might indicate a woman has recently had intercourse. The goal is not to foster suspicion or insecurity, but to provide a deeper understanding of human behavior through the lens of Stoicism. Before begin, if you are new at this channel, please like the video and hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment on which topics you want videos. If you want to better reflect your Stoic spirit, you can get your own wallpapers from the link in the description. Let's begin. Lesson 1. The subtle shift in confidence. When a woman has recently had intercourse, there might be a noticeable change in her demeanor. This change is often subtle, marked by a newfound confidence or an aura of satisfaction. This confidence can manifest in the way she walks, talks, or interacts with others. It's not about arrogance, but a quiet assurance that comes from feeling desired and connected. From a Stoic perspective, it's essential to approach this observation with a neutral mindset. Stoicism teaches us not to jump to conclusions or let our emotions dictate our interpretations. Instead, we should observe and understand without attaching unnecessary meanings or judgments. Recognizing this shift in confidence is about understanding the natural response of a person who feels valued and fulfilled. This confidence can also reflect in her body language. She might hold her head a little higher, maintain better posture, or exhibit a more relaxed demeanor. These are subtle indicators of a woman who feels more secure in herself. It's important to understand that this confidence isn't solely linked to physical intimacy but also to the emotional connection she might have experienced. Furthermore, this newfound confidence might influence her social interactions. She may become more engaging, more willing to express her opinions, or simply more at ease in social settings. This doesn't mean she will be overtly different, but small, noticeable changes in how she carries herself could be a sign of recent intimacy. Stoicism encourages us to observe these changes without bias. The key is to remain calm and composed and not allow our thoughts to be swayed by assumptions. This perspective allows us to see the world as it is, not as we imagine it to be. Lesson 2. Changes in physical appearance. Another potential sign that a woman has recently had intercourse is a change in her physical appearance. This could be anything from a slight glow to a more noticeable flush in her cheeks. After intercourse, the body undergoes various hormonal changes that can temporarily affect a person's appearance. For example, increased blood flow and the release of endorphins can give her skin a more radiant look. She might appear more relaxed, with a natural glow that wasn't there before. This isn't to say that every change in appearance indicates intimacy, but it can be a contributing factor. In addition to a glowing complexion, there might be other subtle signs, such as slightly tousled hair or a relaxed expression that's hard to miss. These physical changes are often involuntary, reflecting the natural aftereffects of intimacy. It's also possible that she might take extra care with her appearance after such an experience. Perhaps she applies a little more makeup or chooses an outfit that makes her feel particularly attractive. These changes aren't definitive signs but can be part of a broader pattern that suggests recent intimacy. However, as with any observation, Stoicism teaches us not to jump to conclusions based on these signs alone. Physical appearance can be influenced by a variety of factors, from a good night's sleep to a particularly satisfying workout. The key is to observe these changes in the context of other signs, maintaining a balanced and rational perspective. Lesson 3. A shift in mood. A woman's mood can be another indicator of recent intercourse. She might seem more content, relaxed, or even euphoric. This shift in mood can be subtle but noticeable if you're paying attention. The emotional aftermath of intercourse often leaves a person feeling more connected, appreciated, and satisfied. This mood shift might manifest in her being more affectionate, more patient, or simply more at ease. She might laugh a little more easily or seem less stressed about things that would usually bother her. This doesn't mean she'll be in a completely different state of mind, but the change can be subtle yet significant. It's important to understand that this shift in mood is not just about physical satisfaction but also about the emotional connection that often accompanies intimacy. The bond created during intercourse can leave a lasting impact, making her feel more secure and valued. Stoicism teaches us to observe these changes without attaching emotions or judgments. If you notice a shift in her mood, it's essential to remain calm and rational. Understanding the root of this change can help you better navigate your interactions with her, ensuring that you respond with empathy and understanding rather than suspicion or insecurity. Remember, a change in mood can have many causes, and while recent intimacy might be one of them, it's not the only possibility. A Stoic approach involves considering all potential factors before drawing any conclusions. Lesson 4. Increased affection or physical touch. One of the most telling signs that a woman has recently had intercourse is an increase in affectionate behavior or a greater willingness to engage in physical touch. This can manifest in different ways, such as holding your hand more often, seeking out hugs, or simply wanting to be close to you. This increase in affection is often a natural response to the intimacy she has experienced. After intercourse, people often feel a stronger bond with their partner, leading to a desire for more physical closeness. This doesn't necessarily mean she'll be overly affectionate, but there may be a noticeable increase in her desire for touch. For instance, she might initiate more physical contact, such as brushing your arm or sitting closer to you. This behavior is often unconscious, reflecting her need to maintain the emotional and physical connection she has recently experienced. Stoicism teaches us to observe this increase in affection without becoming overly attached to its meaning. It's essential to approach these situations with a calm and rational mindset, understanding that affection can be influenced by many factors, whether it's a response to recent intimacy or simply a reflection of her feelings for you. The key is to remain composed and thoughtful in your observations. Increased physical touch can also be a way for her to express her feelings without words. If you notice this change, it's important to respond in kind, showing her that you appreciate and reciprocate her affection. However, always do so with the understanding that physical touch is just one aspect of a healthy relationship, and its meaning can vary depending on the context. Lesson 5. Changes in her communication style. After intercourse, a woman's communication style might change, becoming either more open or, in some cases, more reserved. This shift can be subtle, but if you're attuned to her usual patterns of communication, you might notice a difference. She might become more willing to share her thoughts and feelings with you, engaging in deeper, more meaningful conversations. This openness can be a reflection of the emotional connection she feels after intimacy, leading her to want to connect with you on a more profound level. Alternatively, she might become more reserved, taking time to process her emotions and thoughts before sharing them with you. This doesn't necessarily mean she's unhappy or dissatisfied. It could simply be her way of reflecting on the experience and what it means for your relationship. Stoicism teaches us to approach these changes in communication with patience and understanding, rather than jumping to conclusions or allowing our emotions to dictate our responses. We should take the time to listen and observe, understanding that communication is a two-way street. It's essential to create a safe space where she feels comfortable expressing herself. Changes in communication can also be influenced by external factors, such as stress at work or personal challenges. While recent intimacy might play a role, it's important to consider all possibilities and respond with empathy and understanding. A Stoic approach involves listening without judgment, allowing her to share her thoughts and feelings at her own pace. Lesson 6. A renewed interest in the relationship. Another potential sign that a woman has recently had intercourse is a renewed interest in the relationship. She might become more focused on the future, wanting to discuss plans or goals that involve both of you. This renewed interest can be a reflection of the emotional connection she feels after intimacy, leading her to think more deeply about your relationship. This shift in focus might manifest in her wanting to spend more quality time with you, planning activities that bring you closer together, or simply expressing a desire to strengthen your bond. This doesn't mean she'll be overly focused on the future, but there may be a noticeable increase in her interest in the relationship's direction. Stoicism teaches us to approach this renewed interest with a calm and rational mindset. While it's natural to feel excited or hopeful about these changes, it's essential to remain grounded and not let emotions cloud your judgment, understanding that relationships evolve over time. It's important to appreciate her renewed interest without placing undue pressure on the relationship. This renewed interest might also lead her to ask more questions about your feelings and intentions. She might want to understand where you see the relationship going or how you feel about certain aspects of your partnership. These conversations can be an opportunity to deepen your connection, but it's important to approach them with honesty and openness. Increased interest in the relationship can also be a sign of emotional growth as she becomes more invested in building a future together. While this can be a positive development, it's important to ensure that both of you are on the same page and that your goals and aspirations align. Lesson 7. A noticeable calmness or contentment. A woman who has recently had intercourse might exhibit a noticeable sense of calmness or contentment. This sense of peace can be a reflection of the emotional and physical satisfaction she has experienced, leaving her feeling more at ease and relaxed. This calmness might manifest in her being less reactive to stress or challenges, handling conflicts with a level-headed approach. You might notice that she seems more patient, less prone to frustration, or simply more at peace with her surroundings. This change in demeanor isn't about apathy or indifference, but rather a deeper sense of inner contentment. From a Stoic perspective, this calmness is a reminder of the importance of maintaining emotional equilibrium. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate a state of calm and tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. If you notice this sense of contentment, it's important to appreciate it without overanalyzing it or attributing it solely to recent intimacy. While intimacy can contribute to this sense of peace, it's essential to recognize that other factors, such as personal growth or positive life experiences, can also play a role. In conclusion, understanding the subtle signs of a woman's emotional and physical state can offer valuable insights into her recent experiences. However, as we've explored, these signs are not definitive or guaranteed indicators, but rather reflections of a deeper connection or personal satisfaction. The key is to approach such observations with a Stoic mindset, remaining calm, composed, and free from assumptions. By doing so, we can better understand our relationships and grow in emotional intelligence without letting emotions or insecurities cloud our judgment. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content focused on personal growth, relationships, and Stoic philosophy. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. At the core of Stoicism is the belief that control over one's inner self, perspective, and reactions can shape the outcomes of life's challenges. When it comes to relationships, this philosophy empowers you to become the ultimate prize by cultivating self-respect, mastery over emotions, and an unwavering sense of self-worth. In this script, we'll explore the Stoic approach to attracting women by becoming the type of man who naturally inspires admiration and intrigue. Lesson 1: Mastering the art of detachment. To get any girl to chase you, even if she's not initially interested, the first thing you must grasp is the art of detachment. In the world of Stoicism, detachment doesn't mean apathy but rather emotional independence. Most men make the mistake of placing their happiness and self-worth in the hands of the woman they desire. They believe that getting her validation will fulfill them, and when they don't receive it, they lose their confidence. Detachment teaches you that your worth isn't tied to her attention or approval. When you can fully internalize this, you start to exude a calm, self-assured presence. Women, whether they know it or not, are naturally drawn to men who are unattached to outcomes. When you're not chasing her validation, it disrupts the typical dynamic, creating intrigue. Suddenly, you're not just another man vying for her attention, you're the man who doesn't need it. Detachment doesn't come from pretending you don't care, it requires genuine work on your mindset. You must practice being satisfied with who you are and where you are in life, regardless of anyone else's opinion. This means engaging in activities that build your sense of fulfillment, from personal growth to pursuing passions. When you live with purpose beyond the chase, your vibe will naturally shift, and she will sense this powerful aura of independence. Lesson 2: Cultivating emotional control. Stoicism emphasizes mastery over emotions as a key aspect of self-discipline. Women are deeply intuitive when it comes to detecting emotional energy. If you're overly reactive, whether in excitement, frustration, or insecurity, you come across as easily influenced. On the other hand, men who remain composed in all situations radiate a quiet confidence. Emotional control signals that you are a man who doesn't get rattled by external forces. When dealing with women, this emotional steadiness is crucial. If she senses that you are unaffected by her attempts to test your patience, provoke jealousy, or play hard to get, she will be both impressed and intrigued. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings, but that you manage them with grace. Even when she's distant or dismissive, responding with calm indifference rather than frustration makes her question why you aren't responding like every other man she knows. To cultivate emotional control, practice observing your emotions without reacting. Meditation, mindfulness, and journaling can help you train your mind to become aware of your feelings without allowing them to dictate your actions. The more emotionally grounded you are, the more likely a woman will see you as a man who is in charge of himself, a quality that many find irresistible. Lesson 3: Building self-worth beyond validation. One of the biggest mistakes men make is hinging their self-worth on how much attention they receive from women. The Stoic approach to relationships teaches that your value must come from within. Women are naturally attracted to men who don't need their approval to feel good about themselves. When your self-worth is rooted in your own character, accomplishments, and personal growth, you exude a quiet, unshakable confidence. Self-worth that comes from internal sources is magnetic. The moment you stop looking for validation from others, especially women, is the moment they start to see you as more valuable. This dynamic plays out because humans are wired to chase what seems out of reach. When you're not desperate for her attention, she begins to wonder why you're different, and that curiosity often turns into attraction. To build self-worth that doesn't rely on external approval, focus on your personal goals, health, and values. Engage in activities that make you feel proud of who you are, whether it's improving your career, learning new skills, or staying physically active. Surround yourself with a strong support network of friends and mentors who encourage growth. The more you invest in becoming the best version of yourself, the less you'll need anyone's validation, and, paradoxically, the more you'll attract it. Lesson 4. Mastering the power of silence and mystery. Silence and mystery are powerful tools in the art of attraction. Women are often drawn to men who don't reveal everything about themselves right away. In contrast, most men tend to overshare or rush to impress a woman, believing that more information will win her over. However, Stoicism teaches us to value our words, be deliberate with what we say, and recognize that silence is often more powerful than speech. Mystery keeps her intrigued. It invites her to fill in the blanks, to wonder who you are beneath the surface. A man who is comfortable with silence shows that he is confident, doesn't need constant validation, and is at peace with himself. By saying less, you force her to engage more, to ask questions, and to seek your attention rather than the other way around. Creating mystery doesn't mean playing games or withholding essential information, but rather being selective in what you share. Allow her to discover parts of you over time. This slow reveal makes her feel like she's peeling back the layers of an intriguing personality, which builds deeper attraction. When you're comfortable with silence, you also demonstrate emotional intelligence. Someone who doesn't need to fill every moment with chatter is perceived as secure and confident. Lesson 5. Exuding purpose and direction. A man without purpose is a man without power. Women are instinctively drawn to men who have a sense of direction in life. It's not about having wealth or status, it's about having a clear path that you're walking, regardless of who walks alongside you. In Stoicism, living with purpose is about aligning your actions with your values and principles. When you know what you stand for, where you're headed, and what you want out of life, you automatically become more attractive. Women are naturally inclined toward men who have their lives together, someone who has goals, ambition, and drive. This doesn't mean you need to be successful by society's standards, but rather that you are passionate and relentless in pursuing your own version of success. To embody this, start by defining your values and long-term vision. Set goals for personal and professional growth and work toward them consistently. When a woman sees that you're focused on your mission, she'll want to be part of your journey, chasing you as you chase your dreams. This mindset shift alone will set you apart from most men who lack direction or are overly focused on impressing women. Lesson 6. Demonstrating high-value social skills. Your ability to navigate social dynamics with confidence is another essential factor that influences how women perceive you. High-value social skills, such as effective communication, charisma, and the ability to command attention without seeking it, all play a role in making you appear as the ultimate prize. Women are attracted to men who can handle themselves in any social setting with ease and grace. Stoicism teaches that true confidence comes from within. You don't need to dominate every conversation or be the loudest in the room to be noticed. Instead, practice being a good listener, engaging others with meaningful questions, and offering thoughtful responses. This level of self-assuredness shows that you are comfortable in your skin and don't need to prove anything to anyone. Women are drawn to this kind of energy because it reflects maturity and emotional intelligence. To improve your social skills, put yourself in situations where you can practice being present and mindful in conversations. Focus on understanding the other person rather than trying to be understood. By mastering social cues, body language, and active listening, you can create deeper connections with women and everyone else in your social circle. Lesson 7. Knowing your boundaries and sticking to them. Setting boundaries is an essential part of becoming the ultimate prize. Many men fail to communicate their boundaries, often out of fear of losing the woman's interest. However, Stoicism teaches that strong boundaries are a sign of self-respect and integrity. When you are clear about what you will and will not tolerate, you establish a level of respect that women find incredibly attractive. Boundaries show that you have standards and that you value your own time, energy, and well-being. Whether it's refusing to engage in drama, not allowing someone to take advantage of your kindness, or sticking to your own plans even if she's being indecisive, boundaries create a sense of authority. Women respect men who respect themselves. To set and maintain boundaries, first define what is non-negotiable for you in relationships. This could be anything from how you spend your time to how you expect to be treated. Once these are clear, communicate them calmly and assertively. You don't need to justify your boundaries or explain them in detail. Stand by them, and you'll find that the right women will be drawn to your strength and self-respect. Lesson 8. Practicing patience and long-term thinking. Patience is a rare quality, especially in relationships where instant gratification is often sought. Stoicism teaches us the value of patience and long-term thinking. The rush to win over a woman's affection often leads to impulsive actions and emotional responses that turn her off. Instead, by practicing patience, you send the message that you are in no hurry, that you're confident enough to wait for things to unfold naturally. Women often test men to see how easily they can be swayed or how quickly they will lose interest. When you remain patient and unflustered, it shows that you're not desperate for her attention. This patience demonstrates a level of self-control and maturity that is incredibly attractive. Over time, your patience will make her realize that you're a man worth pursuing because you're not chasing after fleeting moments but are invested in something deeper. To cultivate patience, remind yourself that the process is more important than the outcome. Stay focused on your own life goals and self-improvement, and let things with her develop at their own pace. By showing patience, you not only build anticipation but also prove that you're not a man who rushes into anything, especially not for short-term validation. Conclusion: becoming the ultimate prize. To become the ultimate prize in a woman's eyes, it's not about trying to manipulate or control her feelings. Instead, it's about cultivating the qualities that naturally attract her: confidence, mystery, self-worth, purpose, social skill, boundaries, patience, and emotional control. These are traits that not only make you appealing to women but also help you become the best version of yourself. Remember, the Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our actions, thoughts, and responses, while letting go of the need to control others or the outcomes of our efforts. When you embody these traits and live according to your values, you attract women who align with your vision of life and relationships. You are the ultimate prize when you value yourself and don't seek validation from others. The moment you stop trying to impress and start focusing on becoming the best version of yourself, the right woman will take notice. She will be drawn to your confidence, your purpose, and your ability to remain grounded no matter the circumstances. So, take the lessons from Stoicism and practice them consistently. Invest in yourself, maintain your boundaries, and live with integrity. Over time, you'll find that women will not only see your worth but will be eager to invest in you as well. Remember, the most powerful man in any relationship is the one who has learned to master himself and is no longer swayed by external validation. In the end, it's not about being the perfect man but being the man who is perfectly aligned with his values, purpose, and self-respect. By embodying these Stoic principles, you'll become a man who naturally attracts women, without needing to chase them.